Friends, good morning. This is Shamal here. Today I am going to talk about one very interesting subject, that is the emotions and dream. So we all know that human being only having the emotions and dreams. So human being can only dream and they have the emotions and lots of emotions. But what about the animals? See, it's my long desire and my wisdom that from childhood I was trying to understand that animals, different animals. Now, after many years, probably I thought of doing little exercise on animals with their emotions and dreams. As I was reviewing or going through various papers, so only thing when the researcher they talk about only human can dream, and scientifically they have proved that human can dream in any length in any directions. But I had very childhood that I felt that animals also they dream. Now I was going through a paper of MIT research paper that animals have complex dreams. MIT researcher proves animals have complex dreams. MIT researcher proves, and he's talking about this study may advance understanding of human learning and memory. This is from published in January 24, 2001. Friends, I told long back, knowledge and wisdom is not only restricted to this big academic institute like MIT, Stanford, or London University or Caltech. I feel that every living organism who is having brains, they dream. Otherwise, their survival will be a question mark. I do not have any doubt today that for that purpose you don't need a big research paper or MIT scholar or MIT professor is coming out and saying that they have a kind of a complex dream. I think they have a dream like us only, but it is our incapability that we are not able to understand that part. That is what I was trying to tell over here. Friends, I am not challenging this research paper. I am talking about our wisdom and knowledge. Every time I see that people talk about Columbus discovered America as if America was not there before. The question remains unanswered that whoever the people who are living there, they have already discovered that place and that's why they are living. Only Columbus went and seen that there is a place something called America and he discovered America. It looks funny at the end of the day that we say that Columbus discovered America. So it is not the question of Columbus discovered America. In the reverse way, you can say it is our incapability to understand the things well in advance. So only when it comes to in the writing form, like that way the different metals discovered. Only when people are finding out this metal or something, they feel this person has discovered. It is already there. Okay, you have discovered it is fine at the end of the day. But it's nothing great about it at the end of the day. Friends, I am not getting into that discovery part. I am coming into the dream part of the cats. As I have told you, I have a childhood desire to understand the emotions and dream of animals like cats. So I was attached to very different kind of animals like guinea pigs, rabbits, mongoose, cats, goats, dogs. So those are the things I was very much associated. Now I have access to few cats over here because of this corona. I want to thank corona god. If there is something called god now is present day is corona god is there because I got little time. Last 6 months I've been trying hard and to sift lot of things to understand the cat's emotions and dreams, and I have done a lot of exercise, lot of I have developed a mind lab and got a pregnant cat and delivered four babies. I was from day one I was trying to understand their behavioral emotional pattern, their food habit, their learning, many other things, how to counter various other factors, because my concern was they are also living in this mother earth millions of years without getting or taking any kind of assistance. But how come they are surviving? That is a big challenging question for me to understand whole lot of things of those animals. But I had the access and I could see those animals are very much there, and I have tried to understand their each and every behavioral pattern, and I have shifted my animal lab literally at my office. This video what you are seeing over here, this is my office. I am living 24/7 in this office. I am living with those cats. I am preparing food for them. At night they are also sleeping along with me, and they don't sleep with other beds, like no, even though there are separate beds kept for them. Definitely they will come at night and they will just sleep next to me, sometime at head side or leg side. Sometime I wonder, sometime they give lot of indications that if they want to have food or want to go to toilet, and all those things give lot of indications, their body language, there are many things probably I have to say. Friends, I have something to talk about those beautiful creatures and their survival. And my always understanding is that I have told my initial fewer presentation that I want to have a kind of a good economic model, good learning methodology, what kind of education system we have, a sustainable model, and also whether the environmental pollution load can be taken into consideration by giving shelter to those animals. Close to 40 millions of cats living in this mother earth, and they are homeless, some are pets, but they are living. Now the question is their numbers also are getting decreased day by day. So whether any kind of sustainable models are possible or not, that is my question. I have taken up few Nobel laureates work, as I have told also in my various presentations, like macroeconomics, microeconomics, sustainable model, freebies concept, giving incentives to those, like no, the poor people, like no, those things are, whether those things are good or not. Even the education system I talked about, I have taken up the work from two Nobel laureates, and I have literally questioned them the kind of theory they are proposing in terms of giving some kind of incentives, right? The macroeconomics, microeconomics, Dr. Abhijit and Dr. Amartya Sen's work, that is in 1998, 99 and 2018-19 Nobel Prize winner in economic science. Those, their proposal are very much questionable, and I have tried to analyze their work, and I have proposed my theory of a sustainable model keeping the ecological food chain in mind. I have given two theories. I'll come back to you later part of this thing, but what I was trying to understand their emotional behavior and their dreaming part. First of all, I feel that cats are very, very intelligent animal. They're very, very knowledgeable in their own way. They know number one, number two, their survival tricks very well, and early age they can pick up lot of things very fast. They learn very quickly from their mothers, and they imbibe many things like dancing, like catching prey, hiding, knowledge. Like no, when I talk about their knowledge, They have very very fast learning capabilities, they have sensing capabilities, who are the enemies, who are the friends, and they have the sense of smelling something. They can smell the food, which is good food, which is poisonous food or bad food, and those things, their capability, whatever things are required for their life, probably they know each and everything. They learn very first, they are first learner. Whether those learning methodology can be adapted for present day, so everybody is not going to be a very scholar kind of thing. Nobody is ready to, in education system, when I talk about our education system, people talk about higher education, but I talk about the skilled work. Everybody has not got that knowledge or power or financial capability to get into very big institute, getting bigger education. What cats are learning, their basic thing they are learning for their survival. Similar way, human beings, if they learn the basic thing, the skilled related job, probably that is going to help for their survival. Those are basic thing probably which is required for any society. When I talking about the survival, the sustainable model I talked about, their sustainability is based on, it is not the based on freebies concept. If you allow them or access to various foods and all, they become lethargic, number one. Number two, they lose their basic instinct, that is the killing rat or pigeons. So I have tried to give them food and I have tried to create a stressed condition. So when I am giving maximum food, I could see they are becoming more lethargic. They don't like to work or they don't like to go out. When I stop giving food, then they go out and use their basic instinct and they kill rats and pigeons and bring them back. And they have, third point, I what I have observed, like, no, they have a concept like a society. The way we teach the elders, they teach their kids, right? Sometimes they they pat them at back, like, no, they say that okay, this is what you need to learn. It is like, no, senior, how the juniors are learning from the seniors. Similar way, they have the same pattern. The seniors, they try to teach the juniors, right? And juniors are very attentive in terms of listening. Sometimes they do little naughty activities. You can see these videos, this cat is what is trying to do over here. It's a very similar kind of activities. Sometimes we feel probably they are not aware about the whole lot of things. I feel personally they are fully aware what they are doing. Each and everything, their each movement is been very very, their body language, sometimes they show dissatisfaction, satisfaction, joy, or when they are access to a good food, they go give a good feeling. When they are hungry, they will come and explain to you that they need food, they need whatever assistance they need. They show their anger, sympathy, agony. Night, sometimes they come out. When I talk about the dream, definitely their dreams are very much there. They probably might not be dreaming anything for the food what we keep usually at kitchen. They usually come, if I close the door, they will, like, no, bang the door little bit. And at night, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, those cats are coming to have the food. Means they have the memory to recall what is there, and they know each and every place at home. Even if you hide certain thing, if they also hide certain a piece of chicken or piece of fish, they will finish 50%. Sorry, they will finish 50% and keep another 50% that particular location. Now the question is, they will come exactly after 2 or 3 hours to find out whether this piece of chicken is there or not there. If you try to move them out in a different location, they will come and search that place and they will show little kind of body language or anger that why this is missing. Probably those things are very much there in the cat. Means they memorize many facts and they can recognize the figures. Like my head, after death of my parents, I am like, no, I cut my hair, I'm a bald person, right? There is no hair at all. Initially, I used to have a long hair. Now this cat is not able to recognize me, and sometimes she looks towards me in a different way, and as a kind of wonder, like, no, who are you kind of thing. Those things are, you cannot prove it theoretically, that you prove me that this is exactly this cat is thinking. No science can do that. But only thing, there are few body language or behavioral pattern or behavioral science. If somebody is understanding and somebody is decoding those meaning, it is very very important, and one can draw some kind of conclusion. So even science is also not conclusive. You have some data and you do the little interpretation at the end of the day. Now how logically and how strongly you do the interpretation, how meaningful or how rational scientific it is, that is probably is going to tell you that okay, you believe then. Similar way, there are many science which is coming out of imagination or dream probably. Sometimes we feel there is no rationality. When I talk about the rationality, there is no way one can prove it. But finally, we tend to believe it. This is what is the fact, probably. The cats, probably, the behavioral pattern, emotion, dreams, and everything. Whether they have emotions or they don't have emotions, it is a kind of $1 million question. So, those are instincts. We say emotions, probably. They feel these are all natural things. Asking money, demanding money, like human being, they demand money from their parents, their kids, they ask money. Similar way, their demand is only asking foods. Here their survival is, if they are getting good foods, probably they are very happy. Beyond that, they don't have any other expectation in their life for their survival. And also the producing kids. So now the question is, in terms of their relationship also, they are very much localized in nature. Like no, they are people talk about whether human being, our society has been developed in many ways in thousands of years. We have casteism, we have racism, we have many things. We have society like no, rich people, poor people, middle class people, lower class people. In cat, probably in the communities, nothing is there. Even the human being, I told you, we have monarchy, we have dictatorship, we have Jamindar system, we have socialism, we have communism, we have nationalism, we have Buddhism, we have Jainism. All kind of isms are there. But for cats, we human being, whatever society that is created, that is an artificial society in my opinion. And those artificial societies are is a kind of a danger for our our society, because it is based on certain principle and fundamentals, and and the majority is granted kind of thing. If the majority people accept certain things, we'll try to impose that kind of thing. There is nothing called that everybody thinks in a holistic way and we take the holistic approach. Whether those kind of society is bad or good, there is a question everywhere. Like no, that's why there are switch over from a lot of ism to one ism to another ism. So I'm not talking what I have explained many times about the society, that the kind of structure we have, whether those are good things or bad things. Everything has got pros and cons, that I have talked many times. But in case of cats, one thing I can tell you, they are very much democratic, and they are socialistic in nature, they are nationalistic in nature. They don't believe in communism. So they are not communist at all. They are very much rational. So their rationality are there. They know what to do. Their philosophy is very simple. They don't like to live in hypocrisy, number one, and they don't believe in bourgeois system. So it is a kind of a socialist kind of or democratic kind of society. They don't move out from their territory is defined. That's why I talk about they are very much nationalistic in nature. There's nothing wrong. Every animal, they have their defined area. Every male cat has got their defined area. They don't like to move out. Number two, I told you their teaching methodology is very much particular. They follow like no European, like Finland education system. They don't follow the British or American education system, the learning methodology. I have talked about previous lecture the auction theory. I want to bring one more Nobel laureate. He proposed auction theory in getting good price. He got Nobel Prize in 1918-19. So this Nobel Prize is based on the price decided based on the auctions or tendering methodology to give better price. I want to introduce the knowledge and wisdom what cats are doing, what I have done. The four cats I have tried to mark them. Their learning capabilities are different. Each cat is different from other cat. The best methodology is probably suited for them. That now for our education we should not impose certain things to our kids to do certain things. So whatever they like, based on that, if somebody is channelizing their career or pursuing their career, there is a better prospect. That was I feel. Later one should not regret that some specific profession somebody is selecting not by her choice or his choice. If society or parents are imposing and to accept such kind of thing, I personally believe somebody's personal life, so one should be asked or given preferences what is the career they want to select. In terms of cat, they do not have the career, they do not have the ambition, they live for today. But what I could see that what they are learning, their animal instinct, the methodology technique. Some cats are very much dancing in nature, they want to dance. Some want to play with some kind of doll, some want to play with some different items. Some cats are very much familiar with identify different objects. So those kind of things, like they will try to smell out. Even if you give different kind of solid objects, along with that if you give a food particle, they are very much particular in identifying which one is edible, which one is non-edible. Those things are for a kid. Like I have seen, even if I have taken one kitten that is just 4 days, her mother died, and she was living with me from uh, when she was just 7 days old. But I could see her learning capabilities. How come she learned all lot of things even though I have not taught anything to her? But this small cat over here, you can see, she knows each and everything. Like in this house, she knows what are the things are there, starting from fridge, starting from washroom, her bedroom, her sleeping place, my sitting place. Everything is under control. Number 2 point, she knows that the enemies, the external cats, when they come inside, she is very defensive and she try to defend not to enter inside the lab. That means the sense of understanding of uh, kind of protection is very much there. And sometimes she hides. If she found like no kind of a bigger cat, she will hide somewhere. So those things are, it is obvious she is knowing that enemy part or fear part, the life threat, that part is very much there. Okay, somebody again might question it's a basic instinct kind of thing, but what it means at the end of the day, it means that they have the same survival issues, and the survival, how to survive from the odds or favorable things, they know how to protect them. That kind of capabilities they have, I feel. Friends, I was talking about the education system. I feel that holistic approach, understanding the individual capabilities of kids and those kind of learning, probably if they are imbibing for their future career, there will be better prospect in terms of growth. That is what I want to tell. Number 1 point, my observation. Number 2, my critical observation, that ecological food chain, if you are using it, that the poverty alleviation part, I have seen my ecological food chain. What I personally feel that if you try to bring or accommodate all humans into the producer, like no in the like now our plant system, the living, whoever is producing those part, and we are distributing the natural resources, and based on the merit, if we are making a ecological food chain, and that chain will be a very kind of a sustainable change, and this is going to help poverty alleviation, and there should not be any kind of job crisis, I have told. The third point, using this cat model also, the excessive giving foods, it is a very dangerous. They are lethargic. One should not give them much more food. Till up to certain limit, probably one can offer them food, because when they are kid, probably because of lack of food, they might die, because sometimes they lose their mother and they are homeless. The kind of small help they need it up to certain limit, probably if somebody is helping after 2 months, probably they will be capable to use their basic instinct and exercise their basic instinct to kill rats or pigeon, probably they do it. Third point, for their breeding purpose, and if you give a small space at your home space, just shelter, probably whatever waste, organic waste you have, you are throwing it to municipal corporation. If those foods are given to those cats, probably your municipal corporation, your waste load will be minimized by 50%. Finally, we are all sending those things to dumping station. So after 1 year, it is making a big kind of heap, and we are burning it. From there, a lot of pollutants that is creating. Now if these organic foods are given, waste foods are given to those cats and giving shelter, number one, it is they're going to help them to breed, number one, to have their population dynamics intact, number two, they're getting a support, number two, your organic food load will be reduced by 50%, your pollution also will be reduced by 50%. So indirectly it is helping the global warming, this model, if this can be used, number one. That is what I want to tell over here. And fourth point, what I want to tell, the cats are very, very emotional, and I talked about their emotions. Their emotions are sometimes more than human being, because our human emotions are directed towards our vested interest. So emotions is not universal for human being, and if you have some interest, probably somebody shows emotion, the same person shows emotions to other in a different way. It is based on need based world. The emotion is very kind of relative thing. I have my own viewpoint. Okay, we are emotional, but we are emotional with certain conditions. That is what I want to tell over here. But in case of cats, their emotions is more or less universal. Only their demand is, if you love them, give them little bit food or something like that, they will be for you whatever reason, and they won't move out from your place. They will try to obey you and try to do whatever best possible thing. Third point, they are very disciplined also. Discipline in that sense, they don't litter here and there, and their food habit, they don't like food which is freezed for a long time. They want to have the fresh food. Their food habit, taste also, they want to have raw chicken, but they want to have a fresh raw chicken which is a temperature close to ambient temperature, and they are happy probably what we are offering, not like human being are very choosy. So those things are taste, probably for cats, they feel that they are very selective in terms of their food, but not like human being. As I was comparing with the animal and human being, I told many times a 10 years old human kid is equivalent to 1 year cats or 6 months cats knowledge and wisdom. You cannot compare the kind of activities they do. Even 10 years human won't be able to do similar kind of very critical thing, probably what I told. Even if I talked various in my very previous presentations that your 20 days 30 days kitten is having knowledge and understanding about 4 5 years human kid, probably, and that is very much sure, because they know at the age of 20 days they know each and everything for their survival. Otherwise, how they can live with a human being without having any fear or any problem. That is one thing probably it struck me in my mind. If in the reverse case, like a human kid is keeping in an isolated place or with animals, how they are going to survive, that is a question mark. And in a very joke way, I was talking to my friends that, look, what is the identity of a cat doesn't have the Aadhaar card, PAN card, or any ration card or anything, or bank account for that matter. We human being as having, if everything, if you want to make a CV of a cat or a human being, so first we write name. Cat doesn't have the name. You have the Aadhaar card, PAN card, driving license, many things, they don't have anything. Our education system, by humans are writing the education system, either you follow whatever degrees you have, either you follow British, American, or any European education policy, that you write the degree. But cats, what they have the natural knowledge and wisdom they have. So uh, what is the knowledge you have? Knowledge, you human being, initially we have only the degree and knowledge, and kind of experience is nil. Probably we need to skill our things, but they are readily available. They are already skilled at the age of 30 or 2 months old kitten. They know everything in their life. They are already skilled worker probably for their life. If you leave them alone also, they are going to survive. They don't need any human assistance, right? I talked about the emotions part. They are not fake in emotion. Human can be made like no kind of fake in their emotions. So there are many things you can see with the cats, their behavioral pattern. I One more interesting thing I want to tell you, cats knows like no inside and outside. If you allow one cat outside room, and those cats are going to cry in front of your gate, that it's clear signaling they give you, open the door, otherwise, so there will be a heartbreak kind of thing. And if you try to open it little bit, they will run away, like no, they will come inside and they won't come out. They feel, they had a strong feeling or fear that their owners might going to throw them out. And exactly they knew that bedroom, kitchen room, drawing room, your car parking zone, that is outside and inside. So those kind of experiment I did many times. Like no, I've tried to move them out from bedroom to outside my car parking zone, and after 5 minutes they started to do all kind of noise and signaling that, please excuse me, allow me to come inside. That is what I feel, that similar way, like no, in our education system, like no, when you say any student, you get out from the school classroom, right now you go out after some time, you feel that you are pained and tortured, you request teacher, we are not going to do the same mistake again, please allow me to get inside the classroom. Similar way, their behavioral, their body language speaks many things, as I have told you, hungry, their hungerness, those kind of things, their small body language, one need to understand, and one need to give little support to them. And they give lot of emotional support to any individual, if you watch them very carefully. And for kids probably it is going to help, if somebody is keeping at home, they love to play. Probably kids, they don't need any kind of support, those cats can be helpful, like for emotional support to any family members, like small kids, like it doesn't cost much amount of money to keep a cat at home. So you cannot keep 100% a pet at home. You can keep at open space, offer them little bit food, they can exercise, also get into outside world, and they can also be at your home. So this is kind of a free living activities, probably one can do that, so that your burden will be also less at the end of the day. So in terms of their social life, I think cats are stress free. Like human, we are totally stressed even though we have many things. I told many times cats are living for today, they don't live for tomorrow. They do not know after getting breakfast whether they are going to get the lunch or not. They survive with a lot of stressed condition. Even if you keep a cat for 2 to 3 days without having any kind of food, they have the capabilities to survive in those adverse conditions. They knew it well, and it is designed in their biological system in such a way. uh, their survival tricks are kind of encoded. Even the knowledge, even their knowledge also, their knowledge is something is encoded. Even somebody is not teaching, their mothers are also not teaching, their parents are not teaching probably, how they knew all those things to identify the prey, to identify the food, identify the different object, hiding, crossing the road, many things. How they are able to know all those things, that is a question of, is $1 million question for me to know all those things. And cats are fully aware about whole lot of things. That is what I was trying to tell over here. In this case, I was talking about, if you throw them out, and if they will try to come inside your room, and they know what is inside and outside the premises, and it's very difficult to tell them you get out from this thing. They will go inside. They know that you are telling, you are moving them out from room. So their survival is being questioned. So in that case, they're very much serious about their survival part. And now you can see over here what is happening exactly. Friends, sorry, what are the things probably we can learn from? Friends, what I was trying to tell over here, is there any take or any lesson probably we can learn from those animal, like cats behavioral, their emotions, dreams, what I have told? Well, if you are ready to accept certain things, there are many things probably we can take from cats. And first of all, I told the education and learning part. I told about the natural learning, the natural way of learning certain things, the methodology. Probably it is an ideal situation. Our education system is not a kind of a natural, we impose certain things. That kind of imposition is very bad, probably, number one. Number two, their emotional part. uh, in life you have many problems. Human life is full of problems. So they are not frustrated. Cats are not frustrated, even they don't know their future. We are much more worried about our future. We are worried about our generation, next generation, next generation. We try to do many things for our life. We try to save many things. They do not have the saving or anything. Their mentality is very much like, European culture. That is what I told many times. So they believe in their life. They want to, because they have only one life, and that life has to be enjoyed. That philosophy at the fullest level, that philosophy they maintain it. Sometimes they get into depression and they come out from that depression. Sometimes human get into depression very fast, and lot of frustration, they commit suicide, commit crimes, many other activities, like drug addiction. So many activities they do it. But in case of cat, I could see they're very much particular, rational. They are really, their thought process is, we have really, if we watch them very carefully, we have to learn. They're homeless, still they want to be associated with human being. Even if you throw them out also, they know how to survive at outside your home premises or outside road also. There are millions of homeless people, they are living across globe. Probably they have something to learn from those animals who are homeless and their survival tactics. I talked about the emotions part and their dream part. We are not able to understand what kind of dreams they are doing. Definitely, they are dreaming many things in their life, and they executed also try to fulfill their dreams, like a good food habit and how to impress their owner, or how to impress their other cats and all, how to dominate. There are those activities are very common. Their killer instinct or basic instinct they want to exercise. Similar way human can learn also sorry, many things from them, how to sharpen their knowledge and wisdom, and how to sharpen their skill probably for a specific need to lead their life or earn money. That is what it is very important. And the frustration part I talked about, even the cats are not frustrated at all. You can see at office, at home, many places, because of the workload, because of many issues, many factors, people get frustrated and all. So we can learn from those cats over here. I talked about the economic problem solution, environmental problem solution. The cat models are going to help to resolve many other issues because they are part of the biological system food chain. That is what I want to tell you. In terms of their breeding, a little shelter probably, if this is given, probably their population dynamics can be remain unchanged, and they can survive. And that the threat that what they are facing, they are not going to face that way. A little care from the human it is required, because at they are closely attached with human being, most of the domestic cats I am talking about. In terms of understanding the society, human society is very complex. I told you in many ways. Sometimes we feel somebody is rich, somebody is poor, somebody is qualified, somebody is non-qualified. For cats, probably they believe in the same philosophy. There is nothing called rich cat or poor cat. Maybe if some cat is living at somebody's house, the owner is rich, probably doesn't mean at the end of the day that cat is rich probably. They do not have such kind of feeling. Probably the behavioral pattern of one cat to another cat is very similar. Their selection of partner and choice is very much, they don't like to go to a very long distance to make relationship or anybody. Like in our human being, there are a lot of religion, they follow the same methodology. They marry the closest one at their family members. So the cats, they don't believe all kind of things. They have the natural way of selecting their partner and all. So whether those things are bad or good, I really do not know. For animal, probably nobody cares about whole lot of things, but for human being, we say we are qualified and all, but somebody is marrying very nearest one, some one. What is this is all about? How that is different from the cats, right? Or other animals. So one need to understand that part. The society is for them is a uniform society. And in present day, lot of countries, human beings are marrying animals, and there are a lot of laws that is coming into the picture. What is very surprising, very developed country, there are many literature and country, there are many published paper in that direction, and there are a lot of animal rights laws are coming. People are forcing to marry certain animals, because if they found in a very situation, tricky kind of situation, what I was trying to tell over here, it, we human being, we sometimes say that we are the highest order and our knowledge and wisdom is too much compared to others. But those kind of activities, when we see it, that there are a lot of question marks probably one need to see. And our marriage, like no marrying the same sex, and those kind of things are happening. There are lot of rights that is coming, gay rights and all those things that I'm not going to talk about whole lot of things because my discussion will be very lengthy. But what I am trying to tell over here, the animals are very much, they know for their breeding, if someone is male, they have to select the female, that's all. So they have a very natural way of selecting certain things. In case of human being, if somebody is pregnant and there is something not natural delivery, now somebody is going to hospital for a cesarean case, all mechanical things are coming. All in case of animals, absolutely all are natural. And like no, I can see those, there are a lot of community in terms of the tribals, in tribes of India, like no, they deliver babies immediately, the mother is recharged and they're fully, like in a condition, in a mood, like in working condition. This is a natural process they feel. But in high society, if you see, if someone is going to deliver baby, like no, it's a very long plan or preparation at the end of the day. But the animal world is a very natural in that direction. They are emotional. Yes, I told you many times, they are emotional. They love their kids better than human being, and their mother is they're deadly in love with their kids. And it's very interesting to know that they do whatever best possible thing is required to feed their kids, nurture their kids, give proper training, learning, everything, the protection. They are very much protective towards the male cat at the end of the day, and they know the male cats are very dangerous. So they live like a single mother and they are very protective in that sense. Friends, those things are very my critical observation. Probably many big researcher I talked about animal behavior has been studied by very big research institute. It's a big subject because there are a lot of emotions or dreams. What I was trying to tell over here is not been understood properly because we do not have that capabilities or mechanism to understand. There is no methodology to understand that what is there in their mind. Probably from their external behavior, their body language, one can understand their feeling, that what they want to convey and what it means for. You have to do little interpretation. That is the logic, science is coming into the picture, the rationality is coming into the picture. Otherwise, understanding animal world is very difficult thing at the end of the day. When we talk about the uniform society, probably I personally feel the cat, their population, the kind of understanding they have, the uniformity, the relationship in our societies, human societies, totally divided. There are a lot of ups and downs. I talked about the economic differences, very high earning class, very low earning class, there is poverty and there is very rich in the society. If you want to really want to bring down a kind of a platform that everybody is getting access to food, so in we all know that there are in the world economy what is exactly happening. Close to 15-20% people is capturing close to 80% wealth of this mother earth. Rest 20% wealth is being consumed or utilized by 80% population, and that is what exactly the economical imbalance is coming into the picture. We talked about the economics, the Nobel laureates who are talking about only the poor people has to be given some incentive, but they don't talk about the high class who are holding huge amount of wealth. Only poor people has to be given incentive. Never mind, they should be given, but what about the 80% wealth is captured by 20%? They do not have the wisdom to write something about that. There must be some percolation or distribution of wealth from top to bottom so that the homogeneous condition can be created. That is what it is very important, that to create a good society, probably the cats kind of nature, they when they kill a kind of a pigeon, they share with everybody. But in our society, we are very much selfish in nature. That is what humans are, very very complex. And that's why many times it has been seen that there are a lot of ism is coming to the picture. So if you are not liking something, it stays for 100 years, like dictatorship or monarchism or any ism. It lasts for many years. How much this king is a little bit flexible or giving little kind of assistance to their kingdom or the other people, like no, if that is not happening, probably gradually this monarchy has been destroyed, and there are jamindar system, there are democracy, many philosophy that is coming in the society, that is because of the distribution of wealth. And those are the first factors, probably. If you are able to solve in our society the wealth distribution part in India, especially what is happening, basically after our independence, it is under British rule, even jamindar system was there. I told about those things, that inequality of the wealth distribution, that is one of the most hindering factor of the prosperity of the growth of this nation, because there are high very rich people, very poor people, because lack of land distribution. Even though we are not implementing the land reformation act, even though this is a constitutional provision that is given. No state is ready to implement land reformation act. Very few states they have done it, but if this is done, probably our major problem will be solved. So what my question is, similar with the economics, they never talk about the proper distribution of wealth. They talk about the poverty, helping them, helping how a democratic society can help the poor, how long they can help them, until or unless you have a kind of a sustainable system that is in order to allow them to work, they should know how to earn it. Gradually the problem will be solved. The incentives are not going to solve the problem, it is going to create more problems to society. Similar way, if you are feeding those cats rest of the life, probably it is a very kind of a dangerous situation. At given point in time, you have to feed them, allow them and move out and use their natural and basic instinct. That is what I was about to tell over here. So I have learned many things from this cat model. My 6 months exercise, it is full of experience. I was literally living with the cat, and they are sleeping with me. They are dancing around me. I could understand their body language well. It's a big learning for me, and I had made a temporary shelter at my MindLab in my house in the back of my office room, and all the cats they live with me, so that I feel sometimes they are part of like my family members, right? So it is very interesting just for understanding certain things. Sometimes I believe that the close observations are required. It is not sometime in lab, if you carry out certain experiment, what is happening, you have certain things, you have 8 hours observation, like constantly observing them 24/7 and drawing few conclusion or few observation that is more relevant. I feel I'm not comparing what kind of work I am doing with others. This is what my close association with those cats, just to understand their behavioral, emotional, those patterns, whether anything we can learn. Our anger, cats sometimes they get very angry, and they come down very fast. Similar way, human beings, sometimes their anger that continues for a very long time. Whether those things are good or bad, I really do not know, but those are human nature. But probably I feel one need to come down to a normal level, and one should not be angry for no reasons. And anger is a part of your life, but one has to come down. There is a concept called equilibrium concept. Similar way, in society there are many problems are there, but finally one has to bring a kind of an equilibrium for everybody's life and sustainability. That is what it is more important. Peace is very important. Even if you irritate those cats, like no, they are get very angry in front of you. Sometimes you feel that like no, you little pat them and do little show your body language, show your angerness. They understand your body language well. Friends, I've been talking for a close to 55 minutes about those things. I think I have been talking few all lot of things in a different presentation, small video and presentation. Today I got the opportunity to present in my overall observation of the cat model, their behavioral pattern. I feel that there are many things we can learn from cat, probably, if we wish to learn. So many theories that is published in economics, how to make a good society. Many philosophy has been proposed by many great philosophers to bring down to a good society. This is an attempt for me to understand the animal world and whether I can learn something. This is for my learning purpose. I feel personally there are many things one can learn from those animal behavior, the society, because they are also surviving. It is needless to say that the population of human being of the living world, it is less than 1% of the total population. Even though our share is less than 1%, but we are sitting at the top of the pyramid, your ecological pyramid, because we feel that we have more knowledge and wisdom and understanding at the end of the day. Even though in terms of living, we are the minority. So minority is ruling the majority, the rest 99.9% living world is controlling. So it is our duty and morality or responsibility at the end of the day to take care each and everything. At the end of the day, we are doing all kind of industrialization, pollution, development, technology, everything we are bringing it, and we are trying to impose everything in the society. Whether those things are good or bad, that everybody knows. So the corona crisis, what is coming, I told many times, because the corona is again kind of a pandemic. I told this is artificially created, and one day there will be like no pollution control board, there will be a corona control board. So it is going to stay with the human being, even though it is created artificially. This is a part of economic aggression. We have not forgotten the history of industrial pollution in 1964. Before that, 19th century, 20th century, how the industrialization came into the picture, how the that different mask that is coming in N95 mask developed by US in 1960s and patenting and all. It's a part of economic activities. Then you develop the pollution control board, international bodies, countries joining, and you set up pollution control rule and some measurement and do the industrialization. How it has been shifting from agrarian society to industrial society in the sake of, in the name of development. Nowadays all kind of Nobel laureate is talking about global warming. Even the global temperature is increasing by 8 degree, doesn't matter. So you keep on doing industrial pollution and you pay the carbon tax. Friends, I have many things I have told in my many videos. In this context, what I am trying to tell over here, that I have taken two Nobel laureates work, that I was trying to tell your global warming, global pollution can be reduced drastically if you are using the cat model and feeding their organic waste little bit. Your pollution level will be less, and you can also control the global warming. So friends, there are many issues that is involved. You need to understand holistically everything, the ecological food chain. Say the great philosophy in Buddhism is not only talking about the welfare of human being, it is talking about the welfare of the animal world. So even though we are 1%, less than 1%, and cats, I told you 40 50 millions cats, they are surviving. There are other animals like dogs, elephant in the food chain. There are thousands of animals they are living marine. There are plants, there are algae, there are bacteria, there are many things, and their shares are much more higher than anybody. So we should respect each and everything. We should understand that what we are destroying in the name of civilization or development. Our nuclear power exercise or nuclear war, what is happening globally, that is wanted to see, like that corona what is coming, and that what is happening in last 2 years, the total dynamics of the whole world that is being changed, right? We have many responsibilities at the end of the day. If you want to live in this world, and everybody has to be given the place, that is what it is more important, whichever way it might be. One need to keep all plans in mind, our population control, our wealth control, our disease control, proper medicine, proper shelter to everybody. Until or unless we do the proper management globally, it is very, very difficult, and it will be very bad days for us, probably, what I personally feel. We should not be very greedy about our desire or our saving mentality. We should not praise that the richest people in this world, they are the richest people, never mind at the end of the day. But the other people should not be living without food. One should not be like neglecting their part also. Some people are having access to very good health care, somebody is not having. So it is the question of, so somebody is having many things, somebody is not having anything. So whether there must be some kind of an concept, kind of an like break even point or win-win situation, that everybody can live and survive with their basic needs. That is what it is more important. There are a lot of cats are dying without food. Their body, if you see it, they are very lean and thin. What they need is the little food what you are throwing inside dustbin, that can be taken and given to those cats, and they will be very grateful and thankful to you. I every time I say that if you feed any human being, they won't recall or recognize your act, good act. But if you feed a cat, probably they're going to recognize you for rest of their life. So you are getting indirect thanks or blessing from those cats or other animals. So be little considerate about those animal world. That is what I am now. Not an animal true lover. I am thinking for the survival point of view. I am thinking about the rationality of their life, whether some kind of reasoning can be given and justification can be given for their survival part, why this is required for their survival. It is important that their survival is very important, so that your survival is also be there. Otherwise it will be a question mark. 1949 what had happened in China, the policy that is brought to kill those sparrow that is eating lot of grains, food grains. So Chinese government has imposed to kill those sparrow. Once 15-20 million sparrow that has been killed, what had happened to China? There is a disaster. So similar way, how a policy can change the dynamics of the nation. Like then China went to starvation. There are millions of people they have died, because we thought probably if the killing of birds is going to help to save your grains, it is not that way. So sometimes bad policies or bad philosophy destroy the society. So human survival is linked to all other living objects in this food chain. So their survival has to be also taken into consideration, and we only can do that provided we exercise our little wisdom and knowledge, and that is what it is more important at the end of the day. Otherwise it will be a pointless effort and useless effort at the end of the day. Friends, So those cats are just living and dancing inside my room. As I have told you, this is a temporary arrangement to know that their behavioral pattern, and I have been doing 24/7. I'm in constant touch with those animals. Even for me, those are not the animals, they are my family members. That is what I want to convey. So I am taking care each and every aspect of their life. I'm getting some benefit. I'm enriching my knowledge at the end of the day. That way I'm very much selfish, you can say it. So sometimes it is good or bad, I don't know, but I fail to understand, and those theories what I have proposed, probably it is going to help me in understanding life in little better way, in understanding life in deeper way, and probably my journey of life will be much more clearer in coming days. That is what I want to convey. So I have nothing more to say about. We human being again talk about all lot of things: wisdom, knowledge, society. We should love each other, we should respect each other. We all talk about many things. In reality, there is nothing, there is no question of loving somebody. If you say, all are very materialistic. Even I was going through little depression after my death of my parents in the month of May. Because of corona, my parents died. I could see there are things that did happen in terms of the government support, and first of all, they have not given the body and they have not allowed to do the proper rituals. So those things are heartening for anybody. It is a kind of a feel that is a morally we are getting low day by day. There is no mechanism to counter COVID. There is no mechanism to have the freezing system of dead bodies, even though we have a lot of technology. Third point, I told that COVID virus is a kind of a mechanically, artificially created. No country is raising voice, even though we know who are doing all kind of activities. There is a biological threat that is coming in coming days. If you are not raising our concern and voice, there will be a greater danger. We should not work like a firefighter, like, no, we should know the origin of fire, and we should know how to control that part in advance, and those things should not be repeated again and again. Those things are very important. There should be some international policies framework is very very important in place. Friends, those things might not be very relevant to the behavioral pattern of cat or any other things, but all are interlinked, because this biological system, if you really want to understand the biological system, one has to understand whole lot of things, and everything is linked to each and everything. Because cats are also spreading a lot of disease, and if they are exposed to certain kind of virus or a certain kind of organism, if they are infecting them and infecting to human, never know that cats are like, very close to human being. Some researcher might have very bad interest to develop certain virus which can transmit through cat to human being, never know. So those things are very dangerous thing. Probably this in advance I was predicting and thinking. There is nothing wrong in predicting all those things, and one must think and to protect the human civilization at the end of the day. Friends, this is my small talk. It is not prepared speech at all, but I personally feel that whatever I was trying to express, it is my concern and it is my understanding. It is my personal experience and understanding. It is nothing to do with anybody or any individual at the end of the day. This is my own observation with a videographic evidence I was trying to project. People are doing many research in many laboratories. I personally feel that I do not have time to write many things. I fail to express my things in a way that everybody can understand. I've been writing a lot of research paper in my PhD time. Nobody reads those things. I feel that reading a research paper, it is going to help your career. But indirectly or directly, if I want to help little bit consciousness, my concern toward the society, probably those are the things. Probably a live video kind of thing is more important rather than writing a paper. So my life is not based on that. If I publish a good paper, probably some university or some society is going to recognize me for my contribution. I don't care for that purpose. I personally feel that those videos, what I am publishing, those are official videos. If anybody is finding some science or some relevance over here, if somebody is passing any comments or any criticism, I am okay with that. If somebody is praising, those are all scientific evidence I am giving you based on facts and figures, probably. And I'm trying to explain and express that how the animal world is also surviving in this mother earth. Even they don't know what is tomorrow. This cat is living just for moments. If I take a stick and bang in front of her head, she is going to die. But it is my wisdom, my knowledge, probably I felt it is not to kill. There are many people, they torture animal and they kill them, throw them out because they are kind of, for them it is a disturbing element. So in my opinion, all human beings are, whether they are very holistic or cruel in nature, again, in terms of their mood and in terms of their preferences, human can be treated, whether they are honest or dishonest, many things that is coming. I told many times our society is complex. It is better to study little bit animal world, probably. Your all egos, all emotions, your all wisdom, everything, probably you want, if you want to bring down to a kind of a level of understanding or neutralization or kind of equilibrium, probably everybody should be watching this animal world very closely, that their survival. If you want to prosper in your life, one need to observe in nature how those animals are surviving without any kind of assistance. The self mechanism, the development part, probably that is what probably it's the biggest learning for me, to know all those things, because I was not concentrating for many years those animals, because you need to have time to go through, understand those world. You have to put your time and energy. So I am putting little energy, thanks to Corona Devi, like other Devi, there will be a Corona Devi after few years. People are going to create a Devi called Corona Devi. Friends, I've been talking close to 1 hour 12 minutes, so I want to conclude. So I have my wisdom and knowledge, probably, to understand the animal world little bit. I am not fully aware of what they need, what their mental things that is going on at a very different levels. It is very very difficult to understand the cat's mind. They are very clever, I feel. They are very intelligent species, I feel. They are surviving for millions of years with human being, and we humans have tried to develop very good breed of cats, right? I have worked on rats also. I have worked on crows. I could see their mentalities are different. They have stealing mentalities. Even the rats are very emotional that way. They are very social, and I have published many videos. My association with animal world is very much deeper. I don't take things very superficial way. I take things very seriously, and I have been writing poetry also. I have written one poetry on cat, that is Bidal, in Bangla. প্রতিদ্বন্দ্বী মেঘগুলো ক্রমশ ধাক্কা দিচ্ছে আমাকে, আমি তো সব্যসাচী নই যে দুহাতে সরিয়ে দেব সব কিছু. Look, the meaning of the poetry is there are many things that happens in the society, either it is good or bad. You cannot change the society, but you can think and put your point of view. The way the cats, they are playing in the nature, they are surviving, and understanding them. Very few probably will be interested to know more about the cats, But I personally feel getting into those things probably it is going to enrich your knowledge to make you a better person in terms of your reasoning capability, and your dialectical thought process can be enhanced, and you can utilize those things in for society in various application. So at the end of the day, try to be like a better person. It is for the self satisfaction. How much better or bad or good, that is you are the right judge probably. Those animal instincts are very interesting for me. I am not here to change the society, or I am not here to change the dynamics of the society. I am not here to propose, look, there is a good theory. If anybody is feeling the time is going to tell whether those things are bad or good, probably it is society to accept. If society is not able to accept, if we like the mechanical thing, I talked about many things, the reforms of our constitution, our society, the reformation, many things I have talked about. Those are my feelings and understanding that how a society should look like at the end of the day. The way people are sitting in a big research laboratory or big universities like MIT, Stanford, Harvard, or London School of Economics, all those people are getting award. They are also working on animal behaviors, different models. They are publishing it. They have the wisdom to publish their papers. They are also talking in a very similar line. Is nothing wrong in it. So it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Sometimes society sees it is a published in a big journal and good journal, and this has got rating and all. I told I damn care about whole lot of things. I have no concern as long as I'm understanding and satisfying what I'm applying little bit in my personal life, and telling to my friends, relatives, look, this is a good thing probably, to give little passage or little love to the animal, and it is going to help them in understanding many things. If somebody is not listening or learning, it doesn't bother me at the end of the day. For that matter, my poetic thoughts and understanding, I don't impose that this is a good thing. I am writing a good philosophy. Once again, thank you very much. Once again, bye bye, take care.